Hello, everybody. Tracy Mrs. JDog Flanagan with you here today. I'm the co-founder and senior vice president of JDog Brands. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Tactical Treasures, powered by JDog and Vet TV. Our podcast gives veterans, male spouses, active military members, and military family members a voice in the veteran space to speak about their service, how they're affecting their communities post-service, and a tactical treasure from their past that has shaped their journey in the military career, business, or life. Today, I have the incredible pleasure of speaking with Chris Torres. Chris, also known as Coach Torres, is a Jersey native, husband of 15 years, a father, and a Marine Corps veteran, having served from 2002 to 2014. During his service, Chris completed 8 deployments, including 6 in the Far East and 2 combat deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. And in 2018, Chris founded the nonprofit organization Future Stars Sports Clinic, where he serves as a pillar in the Fort Walton Beach area to teach the area's at-risk children critical life skills, culminating into confidence via sports. Hi, Chris. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Excited to speak with you today.
Thank you for having me. I'm probably a little more excited than you are, but I mean, it's a blessing to be able to chat with you today, and thanks for the invitation.
Oh, of course, of course. So, so you served Marine Corps 2002 to 2014. What led you to join the Marines?
So, I didn't really want to join the Marines. My generation of my mom, my dad, my brother were prior Marines, and I was already being bred a Marine. I'm like, okay, hold on. I want to be able to make my own decisions. And I thought I was going to be I was a decent football player. I was getting recruited by a couple places, and I thought that was going to be my way out of the community. And I tried it out and didn't work out. And I said, you know what? Plan B is the Marine Corps. And I can't tell you how great of a plan B that was. And it's made me who I am now. And 12, 13 long years in the Marine Corps, it'll do something to you, but it's done nothing but great things, and that's why I'm able to do what I'm doing now.
That's great. So is there just an aspect of your service that really meant something to you or had an impact on you?
So, I mean, the impact the aspect of my service during the time was really, the Marine Corps is different than a lot of the other branches. We're very small unit leadership. We're very close-knit group of individuals. That's one reason why they call us the few, the proud,
Right.
And that's one of the things that I was able to take away from my services. The guys I've served with are family to me, every single one of them. And I can't thank, my just being able to serve our country and using the Marine Corps as that vehicle, because I've made so many great friends and family, and being able to see all the countries I've been to and experience things that not your normal 18 to 25-year-old is experiencing after high school. And that's one thing that I take away from my service, because, it's tough. It's tough when you get out here and you're done serving the military. There's a lot of guys that get lost in the shuffle because of there's no more small unit leadership out here. You got to fend on your own. And I continue to serve the Marines that served under me outside of uniform, and I make sure they're always taken care of. Right. Nothing 7 digits can't make a phone call or 10 digits and call somebody and check up on them.
True. Very, very well said. Veterans, military family members, if you're looking for an incredible opportunity, I would encourage you to check out jdogbrands.com. If you're interested in business ownership, If you're missing what was the best thing about your military service, being the camaraderie of fellow veterans, JDog is a place for you. If you go to JDogBrands.com, you can find out everything about JDog, including how to apply for franchise opportunities in either JDog Junk Removal and Hauling or our new division, Carpet Cleaning and Floor Care. And if you're looking to just be employed by a JDog, we have over 300 locations, close to 115 franchise owners, 90% veteran owned. You can go to the career page and fill out the form and see where we're hiring all across the country. And we connect you with your local JDog in your territory. So check us out, JDogBrands.com. So, but I actually love what you're doing post-service. So you're the founder and CEO and president of the Future Stars Sports Clinic. Could you talk to us a little more about that organization? Where did the initial idea come from, and how exactly the clinics run?
So it incepted from another military member as well, with myself, my vice president, Coach Gideon Duke. He's an EOD technician for the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
I met him down here in the Fort Walton Beach area. And in 2017, I had just got back from Africa, as serving as a contractor for special operations. And that was my last trip out of the country as a contractor. And when I came home, I had told my wife, I said, I want to get back to basics. I want to get back to giving back. I want to coach football, because I coached football before. And I ended up coaching football in the city of Fort Walton Beach as a volunteer. I showed up, and they were like, hey, yeah, we got volunteer spots. You'll coach under this guy named Jeff. He's the head coach. Show up on this day. We do a draft. You're coaching 8 to 10-year-old kids. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So the day I show up, there was no Jeff. Jeff wasn't there. And they're like, hey, Coach Torres, how would you like to be the head coach? I said, sure.
Okay.
I said, sure. I'll take it. I said, but if Mr. Jeff shows up, it's my show now. So they were okay with it. Mr. Jeff never showed up, but I ended up taking over a team that had not won a game the year prior. They were 0-8. And all those kids were coming back. And I had this great staff of myself, 2 EOD technicians, one of them being my vice president of the nonprofit that I'm running now. And we took those 8 to 10-year-old kids, and we went 8-0 into the championship that year.
Oh, wow.
Like just a total night and day switch. And the crazy thing is, we didn't win the championship. We lost.
Oh.
And we lost in overtime. It builds character, and the kids were upset. And as a head coach, you got to talk to them. And when I started talking to them about, lifting their spirits, they weren't upset because they lost the game, Tracy. They were upset because the family environment that I created with them and their teammates, because none of the kids went to the same elementary school. There's so many elementary schools down here.
Oh, wow.
They were upset that the season was over, and they weren't going to see their friends anymore.
Oh.
And that was the seed that incepted Future Stars at the time football clinic, because I told my coaches we need to do this on a bigger scale. We need to teach them the fundamentals of the game, which is going to basically strategize the game for coaches and make the game more safer. But we're going to do it different. We're going to do it for free. We're also going to teach the kids how to give back to the community by doing community service within the time frame of the 5 weeks that we do our clinic. Well, that worked out pretty well for the past 5 years. We've had maybe, I'm going to say about 2,000 kids come through the program, volunteers through the roof, active duty, veterans, coaches, to the point where recently we've just changed our name to Future Stars Sports Clinic, and we're going to be implementing 4 more sports in the next 2 years. And that way we can impact 4 times as many kids on what we're doing with the same baseline that we did with football, instilling our 5 pillars of success. Hence why I have that 5 tally there.
I love it.
Practice,
I see
teamwork, focus, discipline, and respect. And it's all free. And we have guest speakers from the NFL come talk to the kids. I mean, there's so much. We can keep going, but it's a beautiful thing, and it's going to end up being a household name.
Wow. So 4 more sports. What sports are you adding?
So at the end of 2023, we're gonna run a pilot for baseball and soccer.
Okay.
That'll give us 3 sports, and then next year we'll run football, which is our baseline, and we're gonna run 2 more pilots for basketball. And the 5th sport, what we're gonna do is we're gonna empower the community and ask the community what they would like Future Star Sports Clinic to do. It could
Ah,
be volleyball, it could be lacrosse, it could be golf, tennis. But again, empowering the community. It takes a village.
right.
Involve the community,
Sure.
and that's what we're gonna do with that 5th sport.
Sure. And are these sports, well, football is probably just boys, right? So are
Nope.
you no?
It's boys and girls. So
Oh, awesome.
so
I love it.
so the football clinic again is it's non-contact, non-competitive.
Oh,
We're
okay.
only teaching we're only teaching the fundamentals. So if you really think about it, we're running skills and conditioning, and that's really what it is. It's like
Right.
the first clinic is like NFL Combine. The kids run 40-yard dashes. The younger kids run 20s. They do the L drill. They do everything you see in the NFL Combine week 1. Week 2, we'll do an offensive clinic. Every kid learns how to be a QB. Every kid learns how to be an offensive lineman, a running back, a wide receiver. The week after that, they think they're going to come and do some drills. That's where we pause it. That's what delineates Future Star Sports Clinic from other conditional clinics. So they'll come on week 3 thinking that they're going to run some drills, and we take all those kids and we do community service. So last year,
That's great.
we planted 250,000 sea oats on the beaches of Okaloosa County, to preserve the beaches. And why do we do that? Because the clinic's free. The community supports us. We want the community to know that our kids and our organization supports them as well.
Oh, wow. That's great. Um, yeah, that's amazing. So, how can people get involved and support or volunteer their time, or how do they get in touch with you?
That's a great question, Tracy, and that's why we're doing what we're doing here. Um, to plug, people can visit our website, Future Star Sports Clinic. They can visit Future Stars Football Clinic. I've purchased all those domains. They're all going to point right back to the main one. But you
Awesome.
can sign up your kids there. Obviously, we're currently just in Florida. The idea is to eventually branch this out to other cities and states that need a program like this in their communities.
Yeah.
But right now in Okaloosa County and the Panhandle, you can sign up as a volunteer. You can sign up as a player. But moreover, if you're watching this podcast, this great podcast, Tactical Treasures, that I'm on,
Uh-huh.
you can donate. You can donate. No donation is too small or too big. Or if you have a business, you can be a business sponsor, and that's just simple as clicking the banner on the website and click sponsorship. It'll give you all the sponsorship levels, and we love to just build your organization as much as you're helping us build ours. So
That's
I'll
great.
say it again: it takes a village, but
It
people have to get
does.
behind it. And once you visit the website, you'll know that you need to be behind it.
Okay. Awesome. That's great. So let's dive into your treasure. What would you like to share with us today?
Man, my treasure. My treasure is, and I realized this last Friday. So last Friday, I was at a Chamber of Commerce First Friday meeting. So I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce down here,
Mm,
and I had the opportunity to speak in front of 700 people, the way I'm speaking to you about this organization and my love about this organization and how it's going to change the future, just using sport as a vehicle. And I realized that as a human being, as just a person, when you're given a platform to speak, the first thing that you should be really speaking about is the people that support you and uplifting others.
mm.
And that's one of my treasures, is uplifting others. And I had the opportunity to be up there. And the first thing I said was, before I even talk about my organization, I asked people who were in the crowd to please stand up if you've supported my organization, if your kid came to the clinic, if you volunteered, if you donated, if you sponsored. And that did one or two things. It made people realize that people are actually behind it.
Right.
Or if nobody stood up, then nobody's behind it, and they need to get behind it. But people did stand up, and at that time I was able to, what did I need from the community, and I explained what I needed, and after that, I had no idea what was going on. But the same, one of the ladies that I met out in Vegas, where I met you for the Military Influencer Conference, she's also down here, and we've actually partnered. It's called the Forever Warriors organization, a nonprofit that helps out veterans outside the uniform, just like a TRS program, just as civilians.
Right.
And I was presented with a check for $12,500 that day from the Forever
Wow.
Warriors organization, and it was a blessing. I
Wow.
was super humbled. I didn't understand what was happening at the time, but it was great, and it validated our organization,
Mm.
and I can't thank her enough. And and it all boils down to being selfless.
Yeah. Service above self, right? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, yeah, I think it's amazing because I think our young children are looking for direction these days, and yes, there's direction at home, but that's mom and dad. But I think at the end of the day, they need mentors. They need programs like yours that can point them in the right direction, give them, meaningful purpose, and help them to develop into, amazing human beings, right? So that's great. I love your organization. That's amazing what you're doing. Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures Podcast, where we are speaking to Christopher Torres, also known as Coach Torres, who is a Jersey native and a Marine Corps veteran, having served from 2002 to 2014. He is the CEO, founder, president of Future Stars Sports Clinic, which is a 501c3 nonprofit that serves the Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and surrounding communities as a tool to develop youth between the ages of 6 to 13 via the powerful sport of sports. Through Future Stars Sports Clinic, children attend a 5-week clinic which balances fun, rigorous training, and mentorship to produce a positive learning environment and to instill in the participants self-confidence via the mastery of sports safety and fundamentals. To find out more about Future Stars Sports Clinic and to help support the cause through donation or volunteering your time, you can go to futurestarssportsclinic.com. So it's a great organization. They're doing great things with the youth. So check it out. Now back to the podcast. So what advice would you give to your fellow veterans who are struggling with their transition out of the military and trying to find purpose again and just trying to find that camaraderie and that tribe again?
Easy. I've said this the other day because my birthday just passed.
Oh,
And I had
happy
a lot of
belated
people.
birthday.
Thank you. I had a lot of people, on social media tell me happy birthday, wish me a happy birthday, send me direct messages, happy birthday. And I thanked them for it. But the next thing I said is what I'm going to tell you, which that message actually goes out to veterans that are still trying to find purpose outside the uniform. And it's a saying that I read. I forgot where I read it, but it really touched me in a specific area, and where it said this can go in any different way. And that quote was, "If you think about it every day, don't give up on it." And that can just go about any which way, especially if you're looking for purpose.
Mm,
If you think about it every day, don't give up on it, because it's something that's near and dear to you.
yeah. Yeah. That's great advice. Very, very simple, but definitely very pertinent. Yeah.
Yep, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. If it wasn't hard, it's not worth going through the trials and tribulations to be successful. I mean, at
Right.
the end of the day, when you see all of that, and all the hard work you've put in, the fruits of your labor just taste that much better. And just know that you have to go down that trail that has all the bushes and it hasn't been cut. Become
Right.
a trailblazer, as I would say, because you blaze your own trail. And when you look back, you're going to understand, yeah, that was the road I was supposed to go through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great advice. It's not always easy, but at the end, if you give it your all, it can be very, very purposeful and can be very rewarding. So that's
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
So, where can people, so your website is the best place to kind of find out about the clinics and how to support. What if people want to connect with you directly? What's a good way to get in touch with you?
Oh, let's see. So again, the website's going to have everything. You can
Okay.
email me through the website. You can see all our board members. You have emails to every single board member. On the bottom of the website has every single social media handle that we have through an icon. So you can click our Twitter, you can click Instagram, Facebook. I have so many of them. I can't really even handle all those handles right now, but they are there.
Okay.
So I definitely entice anyone watching this podcast to visit our social media. You can see a lot of the pictures of the kids on what they're doing. You can follow some of the kids that are actually branching off and doing their own things now because they've been part of our organization. And I got another treasure for you if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Please
this year,
share.
this year, in May or June, whenever they're graduating down here in Florida, we will have our first graduates who have came through our program
Oh, wow.
and are now graduating high school. And that's what really fuels what I'm doing. I can't wait to go to a graduation and just watch my future stars cross the stage and go on to that next level in life
Wow.
and just using these pillars of success on a daily basis to become the future stars that they are intended to be.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's great. That's really awesome because, really, like you said, it takes a village, and we have a responsibility as a village to shape, our future generation to do great things, right? And you are definitely doing that, sir. Thank you so much.
Sky's the limit. We're
Yeah,
just scratching. We're just scratching the surface.
that's great. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it. It was so great to talk to you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on and share, your vision and the wonderful things that you're doing at Future Stars Sports Clinics. It's really awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm just blessed to be able to talk to you and get the message out. But this is a blessing. Obviously, I wasn't gonna miss it for anything that I'm doing it in my car right now. I hope that's not too unprofessional. I normally have like pictures and stuff behind me, but
Oh, hey,
I
it's
wanted to make
okay.
sure I wanted to make sure I was hanging out with Tracy today.
Oh, hey, no problem at all. Happy to have you, sir. And I love the hat. The hat works. It's definitely a
It does.
conversation
You like
piece.
it?
Awesome. I love it. Okay, well, thanks so much for coming on, and we will definitely get the message out. Take care.
All right. God bless.
God bless. Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures Podcast. We have just had an amazing conversation with Christopher Torres, also known as Coach Torres, who is a Jersey native and a Marine Corps veteran, having served from 2002 to 2014. He is also the CEO, founder, and president of Future Stars Sports Clinic, which is a 501c3 nonprofit that serves the Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and surrounding communities as a tool to develop youth between the ages of 6 to 13 via the powerful sport of sports. Through Future Stars Sports Clinic, children attend a 5-week clinic which balances fun, rigorous training, and mentorship to produce a positive learning environment and to instill in the participants self-confidence via the mastery of sports safety and fundamentals. To find out more about Future Stars Sports Clinic and to help support the cause through donation or volunteering your time, you can go to futurestarssportsclinic.com. So they're doing great things down there with the youth, and check them out. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures Podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.